Hi guys, welcome back to the wonderful world of retro gaming where we remind you why some games have ended up forgotten, and where we play wonders like Pit Fighter for SNES. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, today I bring you a game that, for some inexplicable reason, has been deemed worthy of a home console. Get ready for a fighting experience that will make you want to embrace every other fighting game in existence, yes, even the unplayable ones. Pit Fighter was born as an arcade game in 1990, full of actors and digitized graphics, with a suburban bar feel. An idea that maybe worked in arcades, at least until someone thought, why not bring it to the Super Nintendo? And that's where things took a turn for the worse. A port that has become legendary, not because it's well done, but for being a kind of failed experiment. Let's see what it has to offer, or rather, what to avoid.
So, let's start with the graphics, which is what should have been the strong point. In 1992, digitized graphics were the pinnacle of technology, and were perfect for a fighting game to look realistic. Too bad that here, on the SNES, it's like watching a group of Lego men punching each other with broken puppet movements. Have you ever seen someone in slow motion trying to throw a kick? Well, Pit Fighter offers you this emotion. The animations are so fragmented that they look like poorly uploaded animated GIFs. I swear, I could do a more fluid ballet with cardboard cutouts. Let's get to the gameplay. So, in Pit Fighter you have 3 characters, each more stereotypical than the last. There's Tai, the kickboxing expert, who's supposed to be an expert, until you see his kicks as slow as a Sunday afternoon. Then we have Buzz, the wrestler, who probably took fighting lessons from a hibernating turtle. And then there's Kato, the martial arts champion, who is the typical stereotype of someone who kicks blindly exceptional skills that stand out for almost nothing.
But that's not all. The controls. Oh, the controls. They seem designed to make your life impossible. Pressing punch here is like flipping a coin and hoping something happens. Sometimes the character reacts, other times he decides that maybe it's too tiring and it just stays put. You really feel that the game challenges you. Do you want to punch it? Well, try it, but don't expect guaranteed results. Let's move on to the artificial intelligence, if you want to call it that. Basically, enemies approach you like confused zombies. Yet, magically, they manage to take away a lot of energy from you with a single shot. Do you want to dodge? Don't. It doesn't make sense, because they will follow you everywhere, as if you were the only living being on Earth. Yes, the AI is so determined that even if you do your best to avoid them, they still find you and beat you. And then there's the soundtrack. If you like the sounds of fists that sound like clapping and the sound of muffled screams, Pit Fighter is just the game for you. Don't expect any epic songs or memorable sounds. Here we have a series of effects that seem to come from an old tape recorder. The audio is so flat it would rival a surfboard.
As far as difficulty goes, this is where the game reaches its peak. Pit Fighter decides to be unfairly difficult. You have limited lives and no chance to continue. The game takes you to various arenas where you fight opponents who look like they're out from a B-movie. Each round is more or less identical. Fight, dodge, if you can, and try to survive. But if you happen to make a mistake, well, you start again. Perfect for those who love the idea of fail continuously and hopelessly. But wait a minute, because Pit Fighter will have some merits, right? Well, yes, let's say that if you are looking for a short game, Pit Fighter is for you, because after the first match you will already be exhausted. And then, we must recognize that Pit Fighter represents a piece of video game history. Sure, a piece that would have been better forgotten, but history nonetheless.
Pit Fighter is a game that feels like a recurring nightmare. The controls are terrible, the graphics look like a poorly glued mosaic, and the gameplay is almost offensive. But maybe, if you like unique experiences and like to suffer, Pit Fighter for SNES is just the game for you. Who wouldn't want to play a game where the best thing to do is turn off the console? Well, guys, I hope I've made you understand that retro gaming isn't always about hidden gems. Sometimes it's just a matter of unhealthy curiosity. And as always, if you like this video, let us know what other terrible games you would like to see analyzed. See you next time, with another adventure in the incredible world of forgettable games.